So we begin with our top story. Investors looking for fundamentals to validate a strong market rebound.
For the next leg to be supportive for valuation, it's really about the earnings catalyst.
What everyone's holding their breath on is the guidance.
Guidance is very important.
We will have to see that forward guidance are not downgraded further.
The first quarter is bad, but the issues that caused the bad quarter are behind us. We're going to get back on track with stronger numbers in the second quarter.
It's very important psychologically that we don't see worst fears confirmed.
At this point, we're holding our breath to see if that's the guidance we get.
The bigger picture will be about what the growth outlook is.
Earnings and economic growth data kind of backing it up.
We are really entering this big test period in the second quarter.
Is the growth outlook going to shift again and deteriorate again?
The economic data is going to be make or break.
We do need first quarter to deliver. That's the next, I think, the next catalyst here.
To continue this conversation, joining me around the table is Kathy Jones, Charles Schwab Chief Fixed Income Strategist, Gabriela Santos, JPMorgan Asset Management Global Markets Strategist, and Andres Garcia Amaya, Zoe Financial CEO and founder. So, Kathy, let's begin with you. The optimism in price, is it going to be backed up by some of the fundamentals? Will it be validated by the data, by the earnings?
I think we'll get decent data, and I think a lot of the good news is already priced in. I think the big picture is slower growth, not just here, but globally, and low inflation. And the best news is we've got easy central banks.
What do you think, Gabby?
I think so. I mean, late last year, multiples had collapsed. There was this pessimism, this fear that this downshift in global growth could have turned into something worse. So now we are looking at earnings and economic data to validate that story, given that multiples have already returned to long-term averages.
Andres, your view?
I think the market was pricing a recession in the fourth quarter and it hasn't materialized. And we're actually starting to see green shoots of positive data. Let's put it this way, the delta is starting to move in the right direction. So not too surprised with market reaction.
Is that because the bar has been so low?
I think the market is very good, especially, I should say CEOs are very good at lowering expectations. So even though we might get down 4% year-over-year earnings this quarter, I think the market might be pricing even for worse than that.
Yeah, and I just wonder if that applies to both the earnings story, the bar being low, and the macro data as well, Kathy.
Yeah, I mean, particularly in Europe, where the data recently have been so terrible, any good news is taken as a sign that the whole world's turning around. But I think the story is it's still just a slow go everywhere you look.